Before we start our meeting, I would like to ask Ms. Regina Gerton to come forward, and she's going to do our prayer for this morning, and then she's with Volunteer Network. Did I say it right?
Sure did.
Good. I messed it up for several times. And then Daryl Crouch and everyone Wilson will come and lead us in our pledge. So if Daryl will come this way as well, we'll be in good shape. Ms. Regina, please rise.
Lord, we give you thanks for this day, for the breath in our lungs that woke us up, and for the ability to be able to serve this great community. We ask your hand of blessing over our community, over the residents who live here, those who will continue to come to this space and place, and for all the leaders who continue to serve with integrity and with hearts seeking to serve you. It's in your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both for examples of what has made our county great, that we have people that step up to do things with no expectation of anything in return. Again, I thank you for coming today, and it's a crowd of diverse people that are here today, and the goal of this really is to kind of get a message out, and we wanted to get a message out to the cream of the crop, that hopefully you would carry that message even further. This, as we talk about today, and hopefully this will work. Yeah. This is one of 3 meetings across the county that we're going to have. As you look at what we're trying to get across today, is that we want you to know where we are and where we're going. And a lot of times people will talk out in the public, and the word I hear the most is, well, you're just not prepared infrastructure-wise, or you're not doing anything. And that conversation kind of came around, and so we said in a meeting that I had with Chuck Barber, and Chuck is in the back. Chuck, if you'll raise your hand for me back. Chuck came to my office one day, and he just said, Mayor, I was in a meeting in another county, and it really got some good information out, and it showed the unity. And he said, what's your thoughts about doing that here? And I said, I do feel good about the team that's back here. I feel good about our county as far as working together. I don't know if you know that. Many times we hear things in public and definitely in politics where people are estranged and separate. But we have a great group of people that work together. And I think we're the county that we are today because of the people that are sitting in this audience. We are a family, I believe, here, maybe more so than any other county that I have been a part of. And as far as that, I mean, I go to meetings once a month where we talk about regional things, and I hear their problems and their situations, and I feel blessed to be where we are. But this is one of 3 meetings that we'll have to talk about that. Today is the first one on infrastructure, and I will tell you how the format's going to go in a minute. I might just step over here, but I won't fall off the stage. But as I said, Chuck with Middle Tennessee Electric came, and he's the one that really brainstormed this idea. And he talked about unity. And then through that, we said, let's involve everybody together and get a little bit more information out. So let's please give Middle Tennessee Electric, was sponsored our breakfast and this meeting. Mr. Chris Jones, I know is here as well, a large portion of that organization, but I won't get in trouble because I know I have other Middle Tennessee Electric board members here. The Expo helped us to put this on. I would like to thank them. The Lebanon Chamber of Commerce really was involved in getting information out, as well as the Watertown Chamber of Commerce and Mark Hinsley with the Mountain View Chamber of Commerce. So please help those people know that they're appreciated by giving them a round of applause. The people behind me have plenty to do and a lot more to do than to be up here on stage with me today, but I appreciate them taking the time out of their busy schedule to help deliver this message that's here. Mayor Bell from Lebanon is here, of course. Mike Jennings from Watertown is here. And we tried to get Kenny Martin, but Kenny, he had a previous engagement. He's on the front row. It took 4 to take Kenny's place, and so I'm not going to try to get into that one, but Justin Beasley will introduce those in just a minute. Our staff is here today and have done a tremendous job to try to put all this together, so I appreciate them as well as Susan Charlotte sitting in the back there, which really kind of took the bull by the horn and make this happen. So please give all of them a round of applause if you will. Today, we will break this down into really 3 segments. I'm going to take 15 minutes and go as fast as I can go. I'll probably talk as fast as Jeff Baines. I would have thought that would have got a better laugh than that. So I got 15 minutes to get across what I need to, and then Mayor Bell will precede me with 15 minutes of what happens in Lebanon. Mike Jennings will talk about Watertown, and these 4 individuals will talk about Mount Jude. And then we'll save 15 minutes at the end to answer some questions that you got. So you have a pen and a piece of paper in your seat. If you'll write the question down, we'll take those up when Mount Jude starts talking towards the end, to be able to kind of moderate and go through those questions in a timely manner. As we talked about on this one, we have another one coming up. This one's going to talk about infrastructure. The one coming up in April the 30th at 7:30 will be at College Hills. We tried to break it out across the county, and it will be where we bring in all of our utility districts. So you'll see me talk a little bit about some utility stuff today, but I won't get into detail because they'll come back in April and drill down on those. That'll be DTC, United Communications, Middle Tennessee Electric, all our water districts, and a few others, and of course in each individual city we'll talk about that. And then the third one to be planned later this fall is going to be at Providence Church in Mount Jude, and there we'll bring the planners together and the mayors together back again to talk, and the ECD folks will be a part of this one. So those are the 3 that will go across the next part of this year. I'm going to be quick on mine, and Susan, if you'll time me and let me know when I got about 1 minute left, and I'll try to finish it. But as we talk about Wilson County has grown. I'm going to turn my back to you a little bit. If you'll focus on the screen, we'll run through these pretty quick. The growth we've had since 2010 to 2020, really, 30% growth, 281 people moved here per month. As you look at the number of jobs or employment, which continues to rise here, 44% increase in jobs. That's 195 jobs per month that's happened. And then, of course, we just talk about growth, about housing. 30 acres were covered each month from 2010 to 2019. And we still talk about the growth there, but 74% of Wilson County is still open space, which I think is hard for a lot of people to maybe understand, too, when you look at everything. If you look there at the bottom number, this is the people per square mile. We have lower than Rutherford, Williamson, Montgomery, Sumner. We're 239 as you look at those numbers, and so our population is still low, and we want to control that and manage that. That's part of some of our conversation today, but just to kind of give you an overview of what we are. When we talk about what has Wilson County done over the last little bit, let's just look at that if we can. We gave $1.5 million to United Communications to help expand the broadband in that area. You'll see the 2 areas that really they have focused on. One is, as we get to, I think, the next slide, you will see here, I think that is in the Tucker's Crossroads area, and then some out towards Charleston Ferry. But both of those are there. I'm not going to drill into those too deep because I want them to be able to do that in April. But you can see the work is being done on that. They also applied for another $125 million worth of opportunity grants there on the broadband side. On the utility side, that's getting water and sewer out to our people, $5 million to county commission. Let me take this brief chance right here. All my county commissioners that are here, because everything that we talk about today has nothing to do with me and all to do with those people. My county commissioners that are here, will you please rise right quick and let them give you a round of applause? Everything that you see here gets done by those people willing to work together to make our county better. $5 million was given to Wilson County Water and Wastewater Authority, which, just for the record, has nothing to do with me, has no tax dollars. Individual utility company paid for by tap fees, but they get $5 million, and you can see the list of things that they are improving there. $3.5 million to Gladeville Utility District was given for improvements there. $2.7 million given to Lagarda Utility District, and $1.5 given to West Wilson Utility District. And those are what they applied for with the money that we got to the Break and Rescue Plan. We had another $5 million that came into the Build Back Better grants as well, that was distributed to each one of the utility districts, $1 million apiece, and then $500,000 to stormwater. And those are things that could be spent on things that were already in place. That other money were new items. This is items that were already, that was in the ground that could be replaced with new stuff. Wilson County Water and Wastewater Authority applied for another $7.2 million grant as well, to get utilities out there. Talking a little bit about roads if we can. There's never been enough roads, of course, but when you look at it and think about what's happened, 141's been completed, 109 to 840, which was, that was the second phase since I've been in office. The first phase was done right towards the end of when I first got here. And then 7.1 miles there was complete on the 109 project. And then the widening of the Mount Judy Bridge is there. And so, again, I try to strictly talk about things that are in the county. These representatives from the cities will talk about theirs. But Lebanon Road widening is in the works, as you can see. As we talk about, it's got a $55 million cost there. That's going from Park Glen to Vickers Ferry. Then West Elementary, we hear a lot about that. It's on backlog right now, but we'll start in the spring of 25 due to some utility poles being on back order, but that widening will have some congestion there. And then we have put on the docket, of course, to go from Lebanon Road to go to the very out to 109. That's the rest of 70, which is about a $69 million cost, and it's in the phase of planning, but it's looking for funding. Each one of these, of course, that I talk about, will have to have some funding. Go to our Gateway is another one that's underway. As we talked about, it costs her $15 million. Preliminary engineering is a phase on that. Let me get South Mount Judy Road wide in there is about a $56 million project currently in the right-of-way phase. Central Pike, it's really broken down into 3 sections. If you were to think about Mount Judy Road and get on Central Pike and go by the new power station that's been done over at Old Hickory Boulevard, that's a 3-phase project, about $92 million. The requested preliminary engineering phase right now is where they're on that one. Interchange at Central Pike, which has got a lot of conversation going, of course, and hopefully is on the docket to be done. Mount Judy contributed $25 million to push that one a little bit further, so it'd be a great addition. I-40 South Rutland Posey Field Road widening is on there as well, preliminary engineering. East Division from Mount Judy to go to our gateways there. I-40 from 840 where it's at now past the Watertown exit I guess that will be the 4th widening of the road since we've been in office, is on the docket. It's about it's $84 million, but it's again looking for funding as well. Hartsville Pike is being finished up. Maribel may talk a little bit about that. There's some resurfacing projects that are on the way. Wilson County has 860 miles of road on the county roads, not city roads. That's county roads, and that's one way. So if you double that, about a little over 1,700 miles of road. And I reach out a lot of times. People ask me definitely about snow, and I'll take that for just a quick break here if I can. You can see there as we look at the number of miles, that's the road miles that the state has in our counties. So Wilson ranks 5th there with 637. That's lane miles of road. And so when they go to work in these roads for snow, you can see why sometimes these smaller counties, their roads are all clean, and we look at ours and they're all messed up. It's because we have so many miles of road there. We are doing a road study. I've done that to identify county roads that are traffic-wise and accident-wise to make improvements there. We work with a company called Collier to assess those roads and give us a chance to bring that to our county commission and start addressing those roads as they're needed. We haven't done this before, and road commissions by general, they do not build roads, so we have to work with a company to be able to do that, but we're looking forward to that. We also are working towards working with our road superintendent, Mr. Murphy. A long time ago, they made the goal to make sure all the roads of the county are paved, not tar or gravel. And so therefore now we're looking to try to take all the narrow roads and work our ways in making those wider with help from our commissioners and our landowners there. And so that's a project that we're hoping that they will take up and move forward on. Again, we have a great airport. I'll leave that to Mayor Bell. And we have the STAR study, which is the train that runs here. We're in the middle of that conversation about trying to find a way to make that more useful as well. And that release will come out sometime in the fall, we believe. Wilson Rise was an organization that was started to help get our seniors around. I won't spend a ton of time on that, but that's been a very good asset for the seniors in Wilson County. Talking about public safety right quick, we believe we're at the top. We were the first county to have a SRO in all of our schools. We're still one of 4 counties that have 24/7 service of the rural ambulance and fire service in the county. Most counties around us will have volunteer service, so we feel good there. Just completed a station over on Clemens Road there in June, and then we opened the last one up here in Mount Juliet in January on Central Pike. So 2 new stations there. We've added most recently a ladder truck, fire marshal, 3 captains, and 3 ambulances to our stuff. The new ladder truck, of course, has been a big hit for people. Fire marshal is Mr. Calvin. 3 ambulances there will go to kind of help to add to the services there as they're needed. Mount Juliet, of course, as you know, we'll talk about this in a minute, but added ambulance service, which has been a great asset, and we work well together to make that happen. The jail addition is done now, and so the second part of that is complete. We did add a fire truck and personnel to Watertown. That's not Watertown City that they take care of, it's the county. And for many years, their volunteer fire department took care of the southeastern portion of the county for us. So we're thankful to Watertown for doing that, but now we have some people that will take care of our citizens down there. 911 is a joint communication office now together at the Wilson County Sheriff's Office. That's a big deal for you. I know you may not realize that, but we have always transferred, which is good, and that's part of what a lot of people do, but now they're in the same room together, so now they can transfer just looking at one another, and communication is so much better. We are looking at a multi-level court system that we'll bring to the county commission here in the next month or 2 to be funded. That will bring all the courts together. It was on 6 acres that were bought by the previous commission to expand that. That's right behind the jail, so that will be a good addition for all of us as well. Opioid abatement money is out there. Susan spent a lot of time on working on a platform, but we are working to get some of that money out to help with the opioid crisis here. That money will come in for the next 19 years. We did start a little pilot program with Mid-Comer Human Resource Agency, Drug Free Local, and the Sheriff's Department. Susan, you got me on my time, right? All right, thank you. That part has been good. Talk a little bit about education. We continue to rise and build schools, but we are in good shape with schools. And as you can see here, we have spent a lot of time over the past several years of renovations and additions too with those. All the new buildings you can see here as I just kind of went back, because so many people talk about it behind, but there's been a lot done, as you can tell with just these slides. Stoner Creek, of course, that got blew down during the tornadoes, back up and going. Regard Elementary broke ground on that one. Oh, that's not. Man, I like that, Justin. You're on the slide. You used to be on TV. So, anyway, Regarda is underway as we speak. West Wilson Middle will be back up and back into progress on September of 2024. We have purchased land in the Gladeville area, and the school system is already working on doing design for that school to be built there, so that'll come back to the county commission soon. Watertown Middle had a survey put out on that, and they're working out about where they want to put that new middle school. Is it the old place, or is it going to be at the new place? Maybe over by the new school. So that is on the works, and we're working on funding for that. And then Lakeview Elementary, which will have some additions to be done there, and we believe we have funds for that, and that plan's in the works with some of our FEMA money. We did spend a little bit of time yesterday on the FEMA funds with the Board of Education and those folks, and hope to get that money back, hopefully by the end of December. That's about $34 million that we'll get back from the tornado damage that we had to us. As we look at other buildings here, we did, which I think was a hit, purchased the Green Hill Women's Club in Mount Juliet for the clerk's office, so people don't have to drive to Lebanon to get their tax done, so that seems to be a great asset. Took the old Fred's building and made that an election commission now, which is the state-of-the-art, I believe, in the state of Tennessee for elections. We do a good job with that. And then we converted the election commission building into the tourism office right now, and we may entertain a partnership with Historic Lebanon down there, which will be another good thing since it's right off the square. District Attorney's Office, really, they worked on this as much as anybody. We have leased that to them, but they made some great improvements. And of course, if you can just look at the before and after pictures, so we're thankful for that. State Fair is here, and that's $14 million added to your Ag Center that the state put in out there. Over the time, you can see where the money was spent, but again, that's another good addition for having the State Fair here. So that is a lot, and I know it is, but I want you to know that we are doing things, and we're working our tail off to make this a great place for you to live. But because of you and because of what our commissioners done, people continue to want to move here. We're going to continue to keep up and work to make things better. As you go through these next couple of series, you'll hear more talk about what the utility districts are doing, and then in the planning process, maybe a little more look into the future than what we have today. But am I on time? I'm going to turn this over to Mayor Bell. Thank you.